baseline. Jalen Clark got it to go at the buzzer. Who got teed up in that first half. Also had a basket by Jalen Clark at the buzzer that was waved off. Anthony Edwards also had a couple of exchanges with Rocket fans. One in the first quarter and then another right as he was going to the locker room at halftime as McDaniels banks it in to give Minnesota the lead.
Yeah, beautiful decel by McDaniels. Gets downhill and just plant that foot, wait for the defender to fly by.
When we get back, these next 27 games are crucial. This is when it gets serious, and we have to be the best version of ourselves when the playoffs start. Play with the urgency required. And Tim, I think so far we've seen that from Houston tonight.
Oh, I've definitely seen it. You can see this is the level of intensity and pace that they played with most of this year. Their offense was a little bit disjointed coming into the break, but this is the level of intensity we've seen out of the Rockets pretty much all season. And I think, Dave, around the league, you just see it right out of the break because it's a very short sprint now to position yourself for the postseason.
Playoffs start in 2 months right here on ESPN and ABC. Reed on the back down, gets deep, flips it up.
Important for post players to be able to add that to their game because then you can go either block, either shoulder. Scoring opportunities for you depending on where the traffic is.
He's added to a lot of different areas of his game since being undrafted 6 years ago out of LSU. First, won the Sixth Man of the Year award last year, the third undrafted player ever to win that honor. Empty possession for Houston. Here's Conley, who did not play a ton of minutes, only 9 in the first half because he picked up 3 fouls. Good hands by Dillon Brooks to get the deflection. Green in transition, missed the layup.
And then they get the secondary trailer down the lane for the easy dunk.
Another miss right at the rack, that by Şengün. Now McDaniels on the drive, spins into a double and fouls. He tried to skip it to Reed. Second on Houston.
Rim.
Dillon Brooks to the bench with his 4th foul. That's when Minnesota made its run, when Brooks picked up that 3rd foul in the first half and had to go to the bench. Green will pop and come up short of the 3. Thompson rebounds and hands it for Eason. No question the Rockets miss Brooks' energy and intensity, defensive presence, his shooting as well. Green in and out on the triple try. 85% from the floor, down to 50. Anthony Edwards, no field goals yet here in the 3rd.
Yeah, it could be a big factor, this foul trouble with Dillon Brooks, because, you know, Anthony Edwards is going to be his main responsibility most of the night. And, you know, the last 2 really sort of cheap fouls to put himself in a tough position.
Houston at one point was in the 2 spot in the West, but decision yesterday, then shortly thereafter was ruled out on the official injury report. But obviously very important player, missing his 8th straight game due to an ankle injury. As Edwards throws it away, not on the same page with Reed after the screen. Eason downhill gets the layup.
And again, Houston converting those opportunities in the open floor. That time just a miscommunication. Anthony Edwards thought Naz Reid was going to cut down the middle. Instead, he was popping back for the 3-point shot.
12 points for Eason. Conley penetrates and kicks to the corner. Extra pass by Reed. The 3 not there. And Jabari Smith gets the rebound. Smith back after missing 22 games due to a hand injury. And he's had a great night with 11 points, 5 rebounds. Amen Thompson way off. And Eason has it sent back by Reed. Alexander Walker to Edwards and strip.
Forcing the turnover.
Yeah, thought live that it was Green, but you're right, it wasn't.
And beat a double team to draw a 3rd defender, opened up that next weak side 2-on-1 possibility. Minnesota makes the right read.
Alexander Walker's 3rd 3 of the night, 100th.
Mates to make the right play. Either one of those 2 guys could have shot that basketball, make the extra pass. Typically, you're going to get a better look.
Actually changed the foul to Reed. That's 4 on him. About 25 games per team left before the playoffs begin.
And we'll see. Well, Dillon Brooks is out, and as well as Naz Reid now. For Dillon Brooks, I think there are more guys on Houston's roster that can replicate what he does defensively than what Naz Reid's giving Minnesota on both ends. Although Garza played very well in maybe their signature win against Oklahoma City. 8 points, 8 rebounds last week.
Edwards gives it up. In and out on the 3 by McDaniels. Şengün 15 points, 8 rebounds now. Thompson penetrates behind the back to Şengün in the lane, and a traveling violation.
As Luka plays himself.
Has not scored yet in the third. Şengün 5 turnovers, gives it up that time in the lane, and Thompson puts it in.
Yeah, he's just got that knack for knowing how to eat up space on the cut, because that time Şengün caught it with 3 guys around him. It really didn't seem like there was room for an interior cut, but Thompson finds that space and then gets the short floater.
Houston by 6, midway point of the third quarter. Garza with the floater. Former National Player of the Year at Iowa 4 years ago.
Mentioned gave them great.
The rim, unable to finish those. He's 5 of 14 from the floor. Almost all the misses have been in the paint. Garza, push shot, way short. Smith wanted Green to use the screen. He said no. The third quarter.
One of his signature moves once he gets into the lane, and he loves to go to that cross step, or that Euro step as we like to call it, and get to the other side. He just has great patience. He's able to go around Steven Adams.
Conley fouled by Thompson.
When Dante DiVincenzo was on the floor.
2007 draft, and he's not teammates with Kevin Durant and also go. He started 160 consecutive games, the 3rd longest active streak in the NBA. He is available every night. From a better shooter. Anthony Edwards blows by Holiday. The step through and the score. 29 for Edwards.
And that's just a tough read to make, because you're not exactly sure what resistance you're going to see when you get in there. So to process that quickly and go to that move to get an easier shot for yourself, so impressive.
You watch those moves by Anthony Edwards.
As that come with being an elite scorer in this league and being able to finish whatever you have to.
Here he is again. Floats that one up. It won't go, but Garza tips it home. And they were down by 14 at one point in this game. Here's Smith for 3. Drills it again. That's his 4th 3-ball. First game for him since January 1st. Kind of a freak accident at a shoot-around getting ready to play Boston. He hurt his hand. Edwards 3, way off the mark. Cleared by Jalen Green. Edwards now 3 for 10 from deep. Holiday's 3 off target. Edwards tips it to himself quickly into the forecourt. Drives past Green all the way to the cup. Count the basket.
Of that extra defender, he could have gone to Shannon in the corner for the 3, but he's some space in there for him to get all the way to the rim.
32 points now for Edwards. He's 4th in the league in scoring at 27 points per game, but in February he's averaging 34 points per game, which leads the league. Goes at Garza, banks that one home. And a timeout by Minnesota.
Exhibited because Garza was already moving backwards, but he definitely had that off arm involved.
Shot clock at 8. Edwards trying to get free. Shannon setting him up. They double Edwards. He dribbles away from it, and Edwards swishes home a 3. What a shot. They're going to say it 2. His foot on the line.
To start this quarter, but he got 3 layups after that, and now the rim looks big again to Anthony Edwards.
Look at that. He may have gotten that 2nd foot behind the line. Holiday answers. That one definitely a 3 from Holiday. Alexander Walker penetrates. Tried to fire it underneath the guard.
But that's a tough catch for Garza coming from that angle.
Extended minutes for Garza with Reed still on the bench. 4 fouls on him. Garza has 4 as well. And pass thrown into the backcourt by Şengün. Green stopped. And a hustle play by Shannon.
Don't make an attempt at it. And that's basically what Chris Finch was saying.
Back-to-back 3s by Aaron Holiday. Brother of Drew and Justin on his 5th NBA team in his 7th year out of UCLA. Final minute of the third quarter. Edwards goes behind the back. Down the lane, got it blocked from behind and taken away beautifully by Eason. Holiday in transition, fouled on the drop.
Top as he gets to the rim.
His first. Holiday with retired. Tuesday TNT, Cavs Magic. And the first Lakers-Mavs meeting since the trade. Obviously Anthony Davis not available for Dallas. 8-0 run by Aaron Holiday of Houston. Lead is 7 for the Rockets. Shannon baseline swatted by Thompson. Shot clock at 7. Alexander Walker long 2. 5-point lead for Houston. Final seconds of the third. Jalen Green, 26 points. Gets in the lane. Line drive short. Time for Minnesota if they hurry. Alexander Walker for 3 off the front rim. And that ends a very entertaining third quarter. We had dribbled somehow out of those double teams.
Their group, I would expect Naz Reid to be involved here.
Yep, he's back on the floor. Sat a lot of that third quarter when he picked up his 4th foul. Reid is the 2nd leading scorer tonight with 18 points. And obviously, as we showed you, no Randall, no DiVincenzo, no Gobert. Mid-range jumper goes for Amen Thompson.
And that was just great defense by Naz Reid to be able to cut off a player as quick as Thompson on the baseline. But then Thompson just went to that mid-range, and he was able to beat great defense with better offense.
He's got 13, right about his season average. McDaniels, and what a move by Jaden McDaniel.
In keeping their head above water offensively until Edwards comes back in the game.
Yeah, he's got 16, McDaniels.